It's classic rock 103.9 The Fox.
A little music before we chat a bit here on YouTube. Good morning, YouTube livers. Good morning if you are in the Eastern time zone, such as we are, here on a Monday, the 4th of August, from 103.9 The Fox, which is in Flint, Michigan, USA, the home of the formerly crappy water. Behind-the-scenes look at the show going on 103.9 The Fox in Flint with Johnny and Steph. Classic rock music, and I'm here with the news and the traffic. My name is Hal from our news studio in my home studio. And now we have Linda here, first up, to join us. Good morning, Linda, who switches names as we switch locations. Ohio Kim stays the same no matter where she is, and she's here. Good morning, Ohio Kim. So here we go now. It's 57 degrees. The sunshine is out. It is still a hazy sunshine as I'm looking. As we've been talking all morning, it's going to be, unfortunately. Eric has also managed to move on over here from Culver City, California. Good morning, Eric, once again. Chris is here from New Mexico. We've got our regular group who managed to get here no matter where we go and where we hang out. Oh, you know what? I was over on Twitch and I kept showing you guys that stuff backwards. I keep forgetting that Twitch is the one stop that we have that we can actually show things in the right, not backwards. This is what we have to deal with when we're over on YouTube, because if we don't, we're looking at stuff backwards like that. So we have to kind of adjust things. But we didn't do that over on Twitch, and I just now remembered that. That's the only thing that throws me off when it comes to doing this the way we're doing it. Twitch is the one that gives us an opportunity to give you a look at the way things are supposed to look and the actual angle you're supposed to see it at rather than through a mirror. So we continue on with National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. I have none. Apparently they have none in the studio. They got all kinds of other food, but they don't have those. That's too bad, because that would have been great today. Celebrate the day. But Johnny is going to talk about something that's been happening at WNBA games, which is starting to kind of open some eyes.
Fall with the NFL, so we're getting ready for gambling, and that season is just around the corner, and the Lions are going all the way, baby. Just mark my words on that one. Hey, the surplus land auction we've been talking about, offering approved public land for sale through online auctions between August 1st and September 5th. We're hearing from people that have been taking advantage of that, I guess, over the years. I didn't know this was a regular thing, but apparently it is. This is another chance to purchase some land that the DNR has the rights to right now. And you can get a fairly decent price. We're just finding these running anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 an acre.
Yeah, and that's interesting because I used to do this, especially when I was up in the UP.
Operation Delta Dog.
Expanses of land
Right.
that aren't populated, and you wonder who owns them. So I guess now maybe we know.
Like and subscribe, Rob Suka. That's it.
Yeah.
Do it.
And some of it is tax foreclosure stuff.
Thumbs up all the time. Taking dogs from the kill shelters in the South, training them for veterans. That is an outstanding idea. PTSD veterans.
We found some in Lapeer.
Yeah.
There are
And they have that in New Hampshire.
land availability, so you may want to check.
That is an outstanding idea.
Grand Traverse County, aren't you?
Well, I did earlier, but the problem was that auction was on Friday,
Oh.
so I missed out on that one. Anyway,
Dale rejoining from Arizona. Good morning again.
This has been happening primarily to the
Just for the occasion, Eric broke open a box of Chips Ahoy or a bag of Chips Ahoy.
team apparently had a 73
Have one on us.
victory over the Chicago Sky the other day. The video
Have a bunch on us.
that's circulating the internet right now is about a toy that's been tossed out onto the court during the game.
Dare I ask what kind of a toy?
You need to just use your imagination.
Oh, it's that kind of a toy. All
For
right.
the second time this week, this
What?
happened to them. Yeah, video showing this toy out of bounds after a whistle was blown to stop play during the third quarter of the game. An official then kicked it aside.
I was going to say, who had to go out onto the ice to pick that sucker up?
They kicked it aside. and Sky Center Elizabeth Williams said in the post-game press conference, "This is super disrespectful. I don't really get the point of it. It's really immature. Whoever is doing it needs to grow up." A similar incident occurred on Tuesday when they were playing the Atlanta Dream in College Park, Georgia. And she said, first of all, it's super dangerous if they trip over this or something.
Of course.
They're running, up and down the court playing a game, and they can really hurt themselves. She said, when we saw it, I guess we just started laughing. I've never seen anything like that. Really?
Were octopuses out of season?
Well, that's mostly hockey.
Is that hockey?
They don't do that
in
the basketball games. But anyway, she said, I'm just glad we worked through that situation. We stayed locked in. We stayed concentrated. Anyway, so arena security, hello. How is this happening? It's twice now in a week.
Crazy.
Yeah, well, they're auctioning that toy off after the game.
It's a lot easier to sneak one of those into an arena than it is to sneak in an octopus.
Oh, good point by Hal.
Good point by you, yeah. You can hide it in certain places we don't want to talk about, too. So.
But don't most arenas now have like a clear bag policy?
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but yeah, I suppose. But
I mean, I would think that sucker would be noticeable a mile away.
You would think so, yeah. What's that, Mommy? It's a toy. Just ignore it. It's 8:12 here on the Foxhole Morning Show. 12 minutes past the top of the hour. It's Johnny and Steph in the house here. Also, coming up a little bit later. Are we okay with all the prizes? We don't have another prize I got to give away this
No,
hour?
we don't.
The prize inventory, we're checking that. Don't forget, it's now after 8 o'clock, so you want to go to foxbigdeals.com to get in on that deal we've been telling you about here, the Outback Steakhouse deal, which will no doubt sell out, where you can get some out, and they've got new offerings, new menu items that they're featuring over there at Outback Steakhouse, and they are awesome. We just ate them here in the studio, where I'm going to get some more in a minute.
Are you?
Yeah. Before the rest of the hogs get in here and they start eating it.
Arrives, yes.
Everybody starts eating everything before we get it.
Yeah.
Don't they know who we are? We're first.
Certainly not.
But anyway, they've got a deal going on with right now at foxbigdeals.com if you want to get in on up to half off on certain things right now with the Outback Steakhouse. They've got two $25 gift certificates for a total of $30, which would get you $50 worth of food over there.
Yeah, and you can use 2 per table.
There you go. So you can get this great deal, great way to save money for dining out. Go to foxbigdeals.com right now.
The Foxhole Morning Show. Johnny Burke and Steph still to come.
We're going to have a Foxhole People Poll coming up this hour. Fresh, brand new one for you. Stand by for that.
And this hour is a service of Genesee County Parks. It's time to wake the lake. The 3rd annual Mott Lake Regatta roars into Bluebell Beach August 9th and 10th. Feel the rush of high-speed hydroplane racing, live music, food trucks, cold drinks, and fun for the whole family. One price covers the whole car. Just $20 a day or $30 for the weekend. For more information, visit GeneseeCountyParks.org.
All right, Roy, trying to interrupt us here for a minute. Hey, have you tried out Professional Hearing Clinic?
Okay. Very quick English lesson for Rapsuka. And this doesn't just apply to him. The only reason why I'm bringing it up at all, I'm always amazed at how much English Rapsuka in Finland knows. He's better at English than some of the people that come through here who are living in this country. Okay? The only area where I want to call this attention, this is not a criticism at all of Rapsuka because he does a great job of this, but it's because it's something that even Americans do. He just has written up there, Detroit Tigers lose 2-0. What he meant to say was lose. In other words, they didn't win the game. When you say the word lose, as in didn't win, you spell it L-O-S-E, 1 O, L-O-S-E, rather than 2 O's. You wouldn't believe the amount of Americans I see spell it that way, L-O-O-S-E, when they mean lose. It's nuts. That's one of those words that drives me crazy that people are messing with. There are several others, but that one happens all the time. When you want to say they lose, it's L-O-S-E, 1 O, not 2. You're still ahead of the game when it comes to knowing this language more than a lot of other people who live in this country and speak it every day. Rapsuka. So don't take that as a criticism. That's how you spell it. That's how you spell it. That's how you spell it. Perfect. Exactly. Exactly. It happens all the damn time. People do it that way. And they don't have any excuse. They're not from another country that are making English a second language and doing it really, really well. They should know this, but they don't. All right, let's see here. What's going on here? So don't think that one's good. No. Okay, we don't need that one. Still got that one. Still got that one. Still got that one. Still got that one. Okay. Still looking to see what else we're looking for as far as our crashes and other issues going on the roads. In fact, Swedish is his third language. Did you do that because you were told you had to do it in school or something, or because that's something you just wanted to do? Because nobody in our country seems to want to learn another language unless it's told to them that they have to do it in school. That was my excuse. We had to learn another language, and for me it was Spanish. And then, after I learned it, I never got to speak it, so I forgot it all. I never had anybody I could speak it with. And you have to speak it with people in order to be able to stay sharp enough. As you know, you're watching the English version of what we're doing here every day, so you're able to stay sharp and be able to do that. And it was your school that did that. Got it. Well, that's good. I'm glad that they do it that way, because I would think, and I've heard this from other people who have learned English as a second language, that is, English is a very difficult language to learn because of so many kind of weird things that our language does as far as pronunciations and spellings of words. Lose, loose being an example of that.
The best odds ever to win the $6 million grand prize, plus 2 prizes.
Dale knows some Navajo, but mostly speaks English. Fine, because I don't know any Navajo.
August 13th to September 3rd. Just scan your ticket in the Michigan Lottery app. So get your Super Raffle ticket today.
So I say Spanish was the only one that I learned to any degree. Spent 2.5 years learning that, and then had no one to speak it with, so I got real rusty. And then we had a fellow who joined the show on a regular basis years ago in our other station who spoke it Spanish because he is Hispanic. And because I was the only one on the show besides him that spoke it at all, he'd speak it with me, and he would, of course, tower over me when it came to trying to talk to me. That's his native language. And for me, I only remember a few words anymore. Let's see.
Up to code. Call us at 810-379-0322 or visit fixmylights.com to schedule your free quote today. Dollar Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, because everyone deserves a safe, healthy, and comfortable home.
Bob Crushmore Concrete is Flint's premier crushing yard. Bring your old broken concrete to their crush yard, or they can remove the old concrete for you. Bob Crushmore is the industry leader and has the highest quality products.
Talk about Tina in a second here, because we do have the update, and if you missed it earlier, we do have that to chat about. Sibo now here with us. Morning, Sibo.
Beside the Bay City Menard store offers the most convenient and secure self-storage in the area. This facility features 24/7 access, video surveillance, and on-site management. Menards has warehouse units at the best prices in the area, and your first month is free. Units are going quickly, so reserve yours now at Menards Self-Storage. Save big money at Menards. Traffic. 3.9. The Fox. Vehicle City traffic.
Still got southbound 75 after exit 115, US 23, the right lane blocked because of an earlier crash, so that continues to be a potentially slow-go spot. In the city of Flint, we're cleaning up a crash, Court Street at Dort Highway. That's been the case for a while. And up in Saginaw County, eastbound M46 after Sheridan Road, the right 2 lanes are blocked because they've got emergency road repair work going up there. And in about 40 minutes or so, according to MDOT's schedule, they should be closing off the northbound lanes on I-75 over the Zilwaukee Bridge for some road repair work that's going to extend into mid-November. And so when that happens, you're going to be detoured over to northbound 675. Now, for updated Vehicle City traffic information, we want you to check out classicfox.com/traffic. And if you spot a crash, we encourage you to tell us about it at 810-230-WRSR. That's 810-230-9777 to be a traffic tipster right here on 103.9 The Fox.
Hey, good news, Hal.
Yes.
If you're doing any nude gardening in your yard and Google accidentally takes your picture and puts it up on Google Maps,
Yes.
you can win a lawsuit against them. I mentioned this.
Yay!
If you happen to be doing any nude gardening today, because Google, this happened recently. A guy apparently was in his backyard
with a 6.5-foot tall fence,
Yeah.
privacy fence, and the Google car came by to, film the house fronts, the home fronts, that they often you can go and see the street view of
Yeah.
a particular address, and they happened to catch the guy's naked butt.
Wow.
They fought him in court twice. They lost the first time and they went back to court. So here's it. Google fought it and lost the second time around. They found that the man was not in a public space. He was on his own property, so it was basically high-tech voyeurism.
Well, yeah.
And so, Google will violate your privacy and fight you if you sue them over it, Hal. But the good news is you'll win.
Have you ever seen the Google car go by while you were outside and potentially being filmed?
I have seen the Google car go by, not while I was out naked, though.
Well, not naked, but I keep meaning to do that. And now, since you brought this up, I'm going to try it when the show is over and I got some time to do it. But there was about, I want to say 6-8 months ago, an occasion where Jacko and I were up walking around in Birch Run over by the premium outlets, and the Google car came by, and I know it's us. And I'm thinking maybe we got on the Google Maps because of that.
Well, if you know what that address was where you were, you might want to look that up and then get the street view and see if you're in it.
Yeah.
But it might not even be yet. I don't know how often they change those things or whatever. But yeah, look out now. We've actually got a song about all this. But,
Really?
Yeah.
Google took a pic of my butt in my backyard. $12,000 settlement for my butt on the TV. Now I'm getting slack for showing my crack in the breeze for all to see. Viral on the internet. Now Google helps me pay rent. Google showed my butt walking round my backyard.
The Foxhole Morning Show, 103.9 The Fox.
Oh, I want to point out my
From Longway Planetarium to Flint Truck
stop.
and Bus. This is Flint 103.9 The Fox.
my butt would be worth more than $12,000.
I would think so. Yes.
That's all you're going to pay for my butt, $12,000?
But it's Johnny Burke's butt.
Crying out loud, yeah. All right, I got some music for you now.
Well, there's enough of that. I'll probably get flagged for that. Because I got flagged last week on Friday for whatever the hell we put. There was one thing that we played Friday, and I got a natural, yeah, of course, I got a notification that, okay, if you were monetizing this YouTube stream, you aren't going to get any money today because you're violating copyright. And furthermore, we are blocking you from one territory. I don't even know which territory it was. It wasn't here, but we constantly get nailed for something, and I'm sure we're going to get nailed for that. Yeah. Okay, Sween Dog's back with us again here on YouTube. Just in time for breakfast. But no kidding. I keep forgetting to do that. Mike V, good morning, TCB, Long Island, New York, once again with us. I keep forgetting to do that to see if maybe Jacko and I made it to the Google Maps if you were to hone in on a section of premium outlets in Birch Run, because we were up there one morning, cloudy morning it was. We were over by, where were we? I think we were over by the Nike store. There's a Nike outlet store, which seems to me to be the most popular one over there. And we were walking by there before they opened. It was early in the morning. I say early, it would have been somewhere close to 9:15, 9:30. They opened at 10 during the week. So there wasn't that much action going on. It was basically just us over there and a couple of cars, and that was it. But the Google car drove by, and I'm thinking, okay, they've got a bit of an image of us, and maybe we made it onto Google Earth. That'd be cool. Sween Dog talking chocolate-covered bananas. Never had one of those. Have you? Never had one of those. Okay, Dale is imparting some Navajo knowledge on us. Have a great day, Mike. Good to talk to you, however briefly. Eric talking about the autism thing. You know, that reminds me, there's a place in the Main Street area where we go through town here where they just opened up within the past, I don't know, 8-10 months, something like that. Maybe it was less than a year. A place called the Great Lakes Autism Center. And I don't know what exactly they do there. Occasionally I'll see a few cars out in front of it, but it is called the Great Lakes Autism Center. I don't know what they do, but it does exist on the main street in our town here. Johnny and Steph again.
103.9, the Fox Flits Classic Rock, and it is going to get up to about 84 under sunny skies today. We've got areas of smoke headed our way this afternoon, and an air quality advisory in effect because of it. Partly cloudy tonight, down to 62. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and 86. And then 86, 88, 90 to round out the week. On the weekend, it's going to be in the 90s. We're up to almost 70 now on 103.9 The Fox.
And on the subject of autism, I saw a video just within the past few weeks of a kid. I say kid, he looks like maybe a young adult. To me, that would be a kid who was shown, I don't think he's from the U.S., or at least he's not certainly from the New York area. He was shown, Mel, good evening again, Mel, late in the evening of a Monday. He was shown a picture of the New York City skyline. And if you've ever seen the New York City skyline, and I know you all have, you know how busy looking it looks with all of those skyscrapers. It's just one after another as far as the eye can see. He looked at it for about 20 minutes. And then, he's an artist, was able to freehand draw the entire New York City skyline perfectly. Not just as accurately as you've ever seen anybody draw a building freehand, hand drawing, but the entire skyline. And all he had seen it was for 20 minutes before that, ever. And he was able to do that. Crazy. Is it a day center for adults? I don't know what they do. I've gotten this kind of tinted windows, so you can't really look in and see what's going on. There are windows in the front from floor to ceiling windows, but you can't tell what it is that they have inside. And a lot of people that have that are able to, because there's one particular point in their brain that is so focused on one particular area of life that they're able to do things miraculously, it would seem, that no one else can do. And that would be with this artist is concerned. He's able to look at something, observe it for just a few minutes, and then completely reproduce it completely accurately on whatever his canvas happens to be. It's crazy. Because, of any skyline, the New York skyline is the most complicated and detailed to try to reproduce. All right, Rob Suka, catch you the next time. Because the next time will be tomorrow. We are, of course, doing this same schedule. Now, next week, there's going to be a change, and I don't know if it's going to be both Wednesday and Thursday or just Thursday, because next week is Cheeseburger in Caseville, and Johnny and Steph go up there for that. They're the Grand Fools, the Grand Marshals of the parade, which is on Wednesday night next week. And if that's the case, which I think is going to be the case, they're only going to be up there through Thursday. So they'll be on the air here with us on Wednesday morning in all likelihood, and then they'll drive up for the parade, and then Thursday morning would broadcast live from Caseville. Not this week, but next week. And if that's the case, then we won't be doing a live stream next Thursday. This Thursday, yes. Next Thursday, no. Because of the fact that they're on location doing this thing from Caseville, Michigan, which is up in the tip of the thumb here, which is like up in our Caseville, going to be up around here, right in there. Something like that. So just a heads up. Let's see what they're doing here. I don't know if they're going to say something or they're going to play something. What's going to happen? Right after we hear the ending of this song.
That's Classic Rock, 103.9 The Fox Thunderstruck with AC/DC 831 here. 29 minutes in front of the top of the hour on the Fox Soul Morning Show. Johnny and Steph in the house here. Low expectations Monday. The beginning of another month that's just nuts. Everything that could possibly be happening happens in the month of August. I swear it's just the craziest month. We call it the silly season around here, but we are a big part of that because we're going to be everywhere. And we hope you'll have a chance to join us at one of these locations as we head out the door this month. All of us, Steve Driver will be out there broadcasting live. I'll be out there broadcasting live. You'll be out there. We're going to be up in Caseville together. We've got all kinds of things going on. Genesee County Fair is happening. Millington is happening. Big Millington. That's this coming weekend already.
It is, yeah.
And, of course, Cheeseburger Caseville kicks off this weekend, and we're going to back to the bricks. This is tune-up week, and then next week is the main event.
Yeah.
And Steve Driver's going to go out on the road with the big cruise and everything for that next week. We're heading over to Ally Challenge then towards the end of August as well. So
This will be our 3rd August together.
yeah, we're going to spend.
Time flies when it's fun.
Steph and I are working together over at the Lapeer Days. We've worked there both separately in the past, but this time we're going to do the parade together on Saturday. Correct? That is Saturday,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Saturday usually at 10.
Yeah, so we'll be there for that, and of course I'll be on the main stage as well throughout Friday and Saturday, and then I think Sunday's kind of a wind down day, but we'll probably be out there on Sunday as well. It's just lots of fun.
Yeah, Lapeer Days follows Cheeseburger for us, right, in Caseville?
Yeah,
It is that-
Cheeseburger Caseville starts this weekend, runs through the following weekend. We're in the middle of the week next
Yes.
week, and then that following weekend is the weekend that Lapeer Days is kicking off, and we'll be over at that. And then the week after that is Ally Challenge.
I'm tired already.
And our concert on 17 with War,
Yeah. Oh.
which is going to be just a blast, all right, as we broadcast live from Warwick Hills Golf and Country Club. And
To schedule a nap in there somewhere.
if you're getting out of town away from all of this, you can take a different view of Marquette in with the new historic Marquette bus tours they're offering now. Select summer days, the nonprofit Marquette Regional History Center conducts these 90-minute tours on an air-conditioned checker transport bus that features reenactments that bring to life the stories of the historic buildings up there and the homes and the people and the sites while traversing the Lake Superior waterfront, downtown Marquette, and Northern Michigan University. We were talking about Northern Michigan University while I was up north with my buddies this weekend. Some of them have kids in that school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long way to drive for.
Yeah, that's a very, yeah.
I'm not going to visit you all semester, son.
Because that's not a trip you make home on the weekend.
Yeah, that's not one of those. It's 8:34 right now.
The Foxhole Morning Show. Johnny Burke and Steph coming
All
up.
right, we're going to give you a Foxhole People poll in the next 10 minutes or so for you to participate in. All coming up on the Foxhole Morning Show, which lasts into the 9 o'clock hour as well, when we bring you back-to-back classic rock to make your work week start perfectly. When you take the Fox to work with you, the work week just seems better. Keep listening.
This hour is a service of Genesee County Parks. It's time to wake the lake. The 3rd annual Mott Lake Regatta roars into Bluebell Beach, August 9th and 10th. Feel the rush of high-speed hydroplane racing, live music, food trucks, cold drinks, and fun for the whole family. One price covers the whole car. Just $20 a day or $30 for the weekend. For more information, visit GeneseeCountyParks.org.
There you go. There's even more.
There you go. There's something else.
Just keep going, man. There's always something to do around here in August.
Genesee County Board of Commissioners proudly welcomes the 2025
No kidding.
August 19th to 24th.
Thousands of things to do. And they didn't even talk about the Crim Festival of Races. That's another one of the major things that happen in the summertime in Flint, Michigan, where we have thousands of runners or walkers converging in downtown Flint on a Saturday morning to try to run a 10K race, 10-mile race, 10-mile race. One more traffic update to do here.
Find your local ready-mix producer that offers Impede Intraseal by visiting
hot until water is cold. Clean faucets, aerators every 6 months. Learn more at michigan.gov/getaheadoflead. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and the Michigan Association of Broadcasters.
At Premier Rental Purchase in Owasso.
So how old does your brother feel,
Smoking hot.
Dale?
School specials on all electronics to serve
Ask him
all
that.
of your back-to-school needs. And as always, no matter what you need, Premier Rental Purchase is there for you. Premier Rental Purchase in Owasso. Give us a like and follow along on Facebook. See you soon. Andrew Keller, home sellers in the house.
I don't know if you heard, Meg announced it just last week, but we are expecting November 4th, we're due.
You are glowing.
I'm not the one pregnant, so that's concerning.
Let's see. Okay, about that one. Yeah, it's good. Good there.
Things are good. We talk about it in December. We talk about it in January about getting your house ready, declutter, go into some of those rooms that look.
He's talking about those houses that he sells. This is, of course, Andrew Keller, home seller, our local real estate expert who comes in every couple of weeks to join us on the show. And we still don't know if anybody's ever going to buy that black house that I showed you guys last week. I showed you the picture of what it looks like. Still up there, still not happening. Nobody's buying it.
Buyers have waited the last 2 years praying that the interest rates would come down, and here they still are hovering around the same point. At some point, people are just like, we're going to have to bite the bullet for a few years until they finally do come down. We can refinance. We're going to buy this year.
After all the time we spent with Andrew Keller, I wouldn't go anywhere else, folks. You want to
Swing Dog thought it was an ugly house. Was it ugly just because of the color? I actually should go around to the other side and see if there's a patio, because the question was brought up whether there's one of those. All right, the good news is we've gotten this problem on southbound 75 apparently cleared up just within the last 5 or 10 minutes. So everybody's moving through that area now around 475. Also, we now have a new problem, which is going to be on the ramp from northbound 75, the exit ramp to Corunna Road. We've got a large amount of debris in the off-ramp. It is causing vehicles to have to swerve around it. Unspecified type of debris, but that's it on the ramp from northbound 75, the exit ramp to Corunna Road. Also in the process of still cleaning up the crash from earlier in Flint at Court Street and Dorrit Highway, and up in Saginaw County, eastbound M46. That after Sheridan Road continues to Sheridan Avenue, continues to have the right 2 lanes blocked. They've been doing emergency road repair all morning long. Now, throughout the day, if you need Vehicle City traffic information updated, you get it at classicfox.com/traffic. And if you spot a problem, we ask you to tell us about it at 810-230-WRSR. That's 810-230-9777. It'll be a traffic tipster right here on 103.9 The Fox.
Okay, so I confess I have a lot of secret food fetishes. I think a lot of people do. They just don't talk about them. I walked in on a guy, one of our weekend guys who were working at a radio station one time, who was pouring whole packets of hot chocolate powder down his throat.
You know what? That might be kind of good, actually.
Well, apparently it was.
Yeah.
For him. And, and then I said, well, I can't judge him because I eat bouillon cubes.
You do?
Secretly, yeah. Well, they're a little salty, and you can only eat like one of them at a time.
Yeah.
But they're good.
Yeah?
Flint has 2 black houses, one in the city limits, one in the township.
Known to do that.
I gotta say, I haven't seen either one of those. This is the only black. This is not the only black house I've seen. The other one I've seen is in horrible shape. There's no way this one's ever going to be renovated. It is on Dixie Highway. It's not all that far away from one of the 2. I've talked to you guys about 3 houses that I was paying attention to because one was being recovered and refurbished from a hazmat facility, it looked like. And then the other 2 that were built from the ground up, including the black house. But there's another black house that has seen the end of its days. It's still up. It needs to be raised. They've tried to tear the cement porch away from it. That's only kind of almost happened, not quite, and it's just all boarded up and dilapidated. You're going to have to knock that down. You can't completely rebuild that one from the ground up. And it's just a few feet down from the old house that was recovered from being like a hazmat facility, really. Try and get pictures. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I've never seen it. That's the only other black house I've seen. And I don't know if there's really any kind of a discrimination, a color discrimination on a piece of property because of, well, it's painted all black. I don't know. It's weird. But it's the only house that's taken forever to sell and still hasn't happened. All right, guys, thank you very much for your attendance, your attention, being here for however long you managed to join us on our live stream this morning. We'll come back and try this round again tomorrow morning, starting again at 6:30 on TikTok. We'll go to 7 o'clock on Facebook. 7:30, it's Twitch. 8 o'clock, it's YouTube. We'll be here again. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Make it pleasant, peaceful, productive, starting a new week. Come back here, join your friends, the Hal Raisers, tomorrow morning in the Hal Hole, wherever it is you try to do it, whatever live stream you decide to use, or all of them. We welcome you all the time. And have a great day, okay? All right.